Okay, I think we started, but I want to make sure everything is okay. So even if there's someone here, I have to check the screen and the stream and so on, because I want to give you all the details that you need. For example, okay, as I understand, I need to talk a little bit louder, which I will try. I'm also checking the stream. So. Okay, in OBS everything looks fine. I need to move myself a little bit to right. We still need to, actually I can use the input monitoring here because rest of the stuff will be already there. So let's do something like making this bigger, and we are kind of fine. Actually, it would be really nice to have something like a VST loader and move everything to there, because most of the time we are not gonna do anything related to logic or whatever, but yeah, still. So let's start. First of all, I'm Yasin, if you are new here. And in this live stream, we are going to play some guitar, and most importantly, we will try a couple of new AR packs. I always say AR, it's IR packs. I'm a software engineer and I also work with AR, so it's kind of interesting to mix those up. Anyway, we are going to play with some IR packs. It's from Parallel Lives. I'm going to show you in a bit and read some details to you. We will check primary caps and lo-fi caps from Parallel Lives, and if you want to check that out, in the description I put a link to their shop and Patreon, and you can also get those if you like this tone. A couple of disclaimers. I know that I should play the exact same thing with the exact same detail in order to have a really nice A/B test between these tones, but our goal is to preview these tones, load a couple of stuff. In the screen you are seeing archetype Noli X, and in there the right side condenser is off in the third cap, and we also actually we're only using 57, and of course I'm going to disable that because we are going to load the IR pack, I mean IRs from the pack. And you're not gonna see anything else related to caps. As far as I know, these things are a little bit raw, so when you get those, when you acquire those, it's a good idea to have some low pass, high pass filter on them. When you add those, you will get a little bit smoother sound, as far as I can understand, because I'm not an expert on audio. I'm a guitar player. I like production. I like anything related to music and audio, but at the same time, I don't know how to capture the IR at best. And what I will do, load them, play them. Of course, if necessary, we can just smooth the tone with a bit of EQ, but if that's not necessary, you will hear anything I play. It's kind of bare stuff. I will do my best to use the best tones, and maybe we can tweak them. I am planning to use this Noli X with loading a couple of presets from Noli, because he knows this plugin the best in my opinion, and he changed certain stuff and add some features in the last update, and we are not gonna change anything from that preset, only change the cap after hearing the original tone, so you will understand what kind of tonal palette you will have after acquiring this IR pack. So also thank you so much to Parallel Lives for sending these two packs to me, and let's start with reading. I'm going to show you a couple of pages. This is a link tree from their Instagram, or you can find it anywhere, of course. And this is the main link. They have 3 products here. One is Tone X Profiles, we are not going to check that. I don't have tonics anyway. And of course we will check the primary caps, the first one, and the lo-fi caps, that's the second one. And let's open it because there are some details here that I want to read to you aloud, and hopefully it will be interesting to you, especially if you know this stuff and how to capture the sound, what kind of speaker in these caps IRs. So maybe you can identify that very easily, or you can just, maybe you need some information. So this is how these things will go. So first one is lo-fi caps. Let me read it. Probably this Punto font. I combine font and Punto. Sorry, this Punto is a little bit small for you. So let me read it aloud. So this is lo-fi caps, a distinguished cabinet impulse response. This pack features 3 uniquely captured 4x12 speaker cabinets, 112, green, and V30. Each IR is provided in its raw unprocessed form. That's a very important part, of course, as well as premixed with a loud or high definition mic for immediate use. Additionally, both the raw and mixed packs offer 3 expertly created combos basically, of these IRs, plus 1 ultimate IR that combines all 3 for a rich dynamic tone. I don't know if they just load them, did some post-processing after that, I'm not quite sure. If you use something like STL Libra or Cabinetron, there are some extra process that you can do, and you can export the tones after that. Maybe it's something like that, I'm not quite sure, but we are just gonna load and play, so no worries on that. I think we got the details here. There's also sound example if you want to check that. And the second one is primary caps. Let me read it again. This pack includes 6 meticulously captured renowned speaker cabinets, EDH, fan. I mean these are kind of small version of those names. Again, I'm not the best of that, but EDH, fan, probably Fender, Mar, Mess, probably Mesa, I'm not quite sure, ORN, and VX, probably Vox. So probably these already have the stock cabs inside. We will talk about that. So these are provided and it's raw unprocessed. Again, this is very important because if you want to do some post-processing, you're very welcome to. And it's kind of a warning that you need to have some high pass, low pass somewhere in, I don't know, 10K, 15K to get a better tone and smoother tone instead of this raw aggressive stuff with a lot of harmonics. And let's continue. And of course, again, the same stuff, pre-mixed EQ for immediate use. In addition, both the raw and mixed packs offer 15 crafted combinations. We have 15 combos here and 6 combined, and of course 1 ultimate IR which has 6 of these caps combined, giving the full spectrum, or how can I say that? Each of them has a character and they basically combine that in a nice IR. So we are going to test this. If you want to check that out, again, it's in the description. And yes, one more thing. I asked the guys and it's supposed to be here in my Notion. Yep, this is my to-do list. Let me hide the spoilers. So the primary cabs are mic'd with an SM57, and in the caps mostly we have Celestion V30s or greenbacks. And for the lo-fi caps, it's mic'd with Placid Audio copper phone. And this is very important because it wasn't mentioned detail, and I asked them purposely, and now you also know that detail. What I will do basically, let me move that a little bit right. I can also see the OBS, so I will do my best to get everything here. So we are going to use a couple of tones here. Let me load a couple things from Noli. I need a clean tone because we are going to do some clean testing with some rhythm testing, and after that maybe I can load a couple for leads as well. And I'm doing this because clean tone has its own character and distorted tone has its own character, a lot of saturated information, and sometimes it's much easier to understand the difference on a clean tone and sometimes with a distorted tone. And I'm not going to load all of them. We have a short amount of time and I don't want you to give everything here. I want you to understand the value of these IR packs. That's the most important information that you will get from this live stream. And after that we will check what kind of tone we have. So this is the bass clean from Noli. I'm going to play it a little bit and after that I will check the live stream to make sure you are getting the tone, the volume is good, it's not hurting your ears and so on, so that we can continue with what's going on. And of course while playing I'm going to mute myself. I'm just going to close this input monitoring here because I don't want you to get this acoustic sound. It will change the whole thing. So let's continue. I'm going to mute myself and play a little bit of clean and check the stream. So it's time to check the stream and make sure that everything comes to you with all the details. Yep. Okay. Sorry for waiting me for a couple of seconds. Oh, we have one comment already. Dude, you really need to give me your name, otherwise I will just say NPS 1337 all the time and I don't even know what is that. I'm fine. Thank you so much. How are you? Thanks for joining to the live stream. I am going to increase the volume in my ears a little bit and we will start by loading lo-fi caps. I'm going to close this one. I'm going to load one and only one IR at a time because I don't want to blend the captures at the moment. I just want to give you a nice preview. So what we are doing right now is, whoa, I'm trying to click here but it's not working. Maybe I should load Noli once again if it's gonna solve it. Okay, that is really interesting. I hope it works. Okay, I don't know what's going on right now. Maybe I need to close and reopen Logic again. It means that you're not gonna hear me because everything is set up here. I'm sorry for that, but let's close it and reopen it so we will make sure that it's working fine. Just when I click it, it doesn't work. Weird. Okay. So I'm hoping that you're hearing me right now, and of course I should check that as well. So now we loaded the exact same thing again, and I can access these stuff. Let me move it a little bit. And what we are going to do, we will click here, we say custom IR. If you're using anything else like Cabinetron or whatever, it's totally okay. And maybe even better, I don't have an IR loader yet. And let's start with lo-fi caps here. And from mixed, we also have RAW. I think it's better to start with RAW, isn't it? Okay. So you're gonna hear it for the first time, and I want to check the live stream once more. Okay, you can hear me. That's good. Your name is Neung. Is Neung? Neung? Is it something like that? That's kind of important, but I hope I didn't butcher your name. But at least it's better than MPS for me. I'm gonna say Noing or Neung to make sure. Thanks for joining the live stream again. That's kind of important for me, you know. So let's start with our first cap. This is, let me give you the name. This is 4x12 and this is V30. Okay. I forgot to mute myself, but we have a very nice sound already. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. I always like the V30s, and probably most of the stuff that I load, especially for the IRs, is V30. And we'll actually have another live stream for another IR pack, and that's also loaded with V30. So I think I'm kind of sensitive with it. So we will play with green. I could actually choose it in my IR section. So if there's a list of ARs in the directory, Neural already shows that, but I missed it. Anyways, this is 4x12 green, and we are gonna hear it in a bit. Let's start. I really liked it. And actually, compared to V30, I think it has a little bit less low end, and it felt nice to my ears. I did the same mistake, but this is the third row take, and this one is 112. So let's hear it in a bit. That's beautiful. I think for the clean tone, at least, my favorite was green, and after the V30 and 112. I'm not quite sure, but 112 has much less information, especially for the mids, and that's my idea only. And that's my favorite, of course. So we will choose one thing here. Let's do it with all caps first on a clean tone. Yep. and I'm also checking. You can hear. Perfect. Thank you so much, Neil. And now we have all caps combined together. Probably there's also a little bit of post-processing, maybe just an EQ, but still it'll be all caps, 112, green, and V30 together. So let's hear it. That sounds amazing. In my opinion, it requires a little bit of filtering, especially on a higher section. It has too much air, but besides that, it was really good. I think all of those caps combined, all three combined, can cut the mix in a really good way. Maybe bad way if you're trying to put it in a metal context, because there was too much MIDI information for you to handle. But at the same time, in my opinion, it was great. So what we are going to do, we will check the two cap combos. So we will start with 112 and green, and we will continue from that. And I'm thinking that it will be a little bit different. My opinion is that with the ones that has V30, it'll sound better and with a little bit more low information. And for 112 and green, I'm expecting a little bit I'm gonna say not too much because I didn't load it yet, but still maybe a little bit too mid. So let's load it, and I'm going to mute myself again, and let's play it. As I suspected. It's a nice combo in my opinion, but it definitely requires a little bit of EQ, especially for me. I'm not quite sure. It's also not a tone that I dialed intentionally. I just literally got it from Noli, so it has a different purpose to serve. And if I had this tone in a different context, probably I would use that for sure. I think with a very big ambient tone that will be in a prog metal demo that I always do, it will be a little it will be better than all three. So I will just load only one, which will be V30 in green, because I don't want to give you everything, of course. This thing will be a secret for you. And at the same time, I will change this one to a rhythm tone, a distorted rhythm tone, of course. And I'm going to play the combos and a couple of rows to give you a little bit more detail, and we will continue with the primary caps. To my ears, it sounds great, and I definitely see myself using that, especially just by the name of it, in a lo-fi setting. If you don't know, I have a lo-fi album, and of course these caps are captured essence of, sorry, these IRs are captured essence of certain cabinets, and you can do in a different settings with a different genres. But I think for me it would be really nice to have this one. I'll try. I'm very hopeful about this one, and after that I can definitely use that on lo-fi. So let's see. It's all about opportunities, isn't it? I will mute myself, and this is the last one of lo-fi pack in a clean setting. It is beautiful. To be honest, I would probably choose only V30 or only green for the tones, because this one has a little bit more mids. It's just pushing me to use some EQ. We have one question: this IR can use with high gain or not? This is what we are going to test right away, by the way. No pun intended. I will just load a couple, just one. This all-purpose metal rhythm sounds very good and promising. Let's play it first, and I want to talk about one thing. With the clean tones, especially just the one I stole from Norway, it sounds very good, and in comparison, I liked V30, and actually I like green more than V30, than 112, and in the combinations, I think V30 and 112. No, we didn't test that. 112 and green sounds really promising, and all three was a bit too much for me. Probably it will be in a good setting if you have something like a pop song. And so yeah, we will play this all-purpose metal rhythm preset in Noli X, loaded with nothing. I mean, not nothing. It's not loaded with our IR pack. It's the third cap, and it's captured with 57. And after I play it, we are going to change it with the lo-fi pack, and just a couple ones to make sure if it's a good setting for high gain, or it's gonna be too much and too harsh. Let's try. That's with nothing, basically. It was a little bit interesting because in a metal rhythm tone, without, probably it's kind of extremely bare, right? Yeah, nothing is on. I try to play leads. Interesting. Anyways, it's a nice thing to try. It's a little bit too aggressive, even, you know, with this Strandy. And I'm going to test it right away. I'm hoping that raw tones of the IR pack won't affect us too much. Otherwise, I have to use a couple of EQ moves to smooth that, because I care your and definitely my ears. So let's try. By the way, we checked the roll combos, right? Wait a second. We also have some mixed stuff. It's a bit of interesting because I have to play that as well. So probably these are premixed, and those smoothing EQ moves are also in there. It's my bad that I forgot it, but let's play with that after we check the row, because we are in the row section of this testing. So let's load 112, and after that I'm gonna load V30 and we will check one combo and we'll continue. So let's start. This is definitely a lo-fi setting. And let me check the mic again. Place it audio copperphone mic. That's the mic that they use for capture, and that is kind of important detail because now we got a lo-fi sound, isn't it? And let me load the other one. Oh wait, we have the same issue. That is interesting. I don't know why we are getting this thing. Oops, I cannot even. Okay, by the way, I can use this one. Now we check, but okay, this is the green cap. Let me play the green cap, and I have to close Logic again because I cannot click to this one. Very interesting, but still we're going to save the whole session, so it's going to be okay. So this is green, and probably we will also play V30 right away. It definitely serves to its purpose, and it's definitely as lo-fi as hell, and that is good for me. Of course, if you're working, what you can do with this now, since it's a very very thin lo-fi kind of filtered sound, and this filter is actually coming from the mic, not the processing itself, which is a very good thing because, you know, it's a lo-fi pack. That's what you would expect. And imagine that you are in a section of a song where you need this kind of stuff. You have two opportunities now. You can either use your own cap, you have the full sound of the guitar, like, let me choose, oh wait, I cannot choose. If I move this, yeah, imagine that you have this. And you're going to play the riff, but it's a transition moment. So what you can do is just do, instead of doing some EQ moves specific to this section, you can change it to this IR packs, IR basically, either mixed or not. We will check that. This is the raw one. You can just change to that and immediately you will get that sound. Normally you wouldn't change cap too much on the same guitar and same section, but imagine this like an LUT. Most of the time what I do, I always use that EQ for the radio kind of tone, but I'm not quite sure if it would be useful for you. One comment, you have Plini plugin or not? I do have the Plini plugin and Plini X. I'm not using that because I never ever dial high gain tones with Plini because I don't like it. If it's the lead tone, I do use the last cap and put some gain on it. But other than that, I mostly use Noli. If it's an ambient tone that I require, then it would be interesting. That's also a very important thing to point out. This lo-fi pack would be very nice. It would be very suitable for Plini and ambient tones in there. But yeah, I want to do a nice reset because I'm gonna close and reopen this because it's insane that I cannot just click to this one. Save it. Okay, I think you can hear me, which would be a very good nice thing. By the way, Neong has one more comment. Nolly presets overall is better. Yeah, actually, it would be. And there's just one comment for sound diff. I think that would be a topic for another live stream. I think, I could choose a couple of presets and do some A/B between different plugins. But of course, you would expect different stuff. I'm going to step back and go to this clean tone that we chose. Yep. And it's very full and all. And of course, with the lo-fi pack, the sound will get thinner that I would expect. I want to check this mixed tones. Again, we're gonna load only a couple of them. And I will start with, again, I'm gonna give you all those tones and a couple of combos. Because why not? One comment, Nung says, gotta go. Okay, thank you. Thanks for joining. When you get back, say hi. I'm going to mute myself and we're gonna hear the V30 with premix and you're gonna hear all the details. I'm muting myself now. That sounds great. The tone, of course, gets a little bit thin, but at the same time, I think it would be really nice, especially this progression that I was randomly found. I randomly found. That could be a nice progression to continue with something, in a project. Maybe I can do that in the future. Anyway, when I play that and when I think about an idea, it definitely comes to my mind that I need to, thin the sound a little bit. And this is a very good example. Did we play 112? Damn. Let me play it again. If I didn't, let's see. That was a good one, an interesting one to be honest. And I want to try this all lo-fi caps and V30 with green. And after that, we are going to change to our second IR pack. Interesting, I cannot find the words. Before playing the next one, which has all the caps, all three caps premixed, I should drink a sip of water. Again, like the other ones, this is a little bit more prominent because it has all 3 caps, and it's also a little bit loud compared to the other ones. Now for the last thing, okay, I need to choose. Let's make it green and V30 because that has the sound that I really wanted. I'm gonna mute myself and I'm gonna play premixed version of green caps and V30 4x12 lo-fi pack. Let's hear it. I want to try something. After playing this couple chords, I will change the row one. Green and V30. It's a little bit full in tone, especially through reverb. We get a lot of low mids, and I actually like that better. That's totally my opinion, but maybe you should also experiment between mixed one and not mixed one, row ones. So that would be an interesting stuff. So let's reload and rehear the plugin, and this time we are going to load primary caps, which has 6 different caps. I'm going to give you all row 6 caps, play over them, and after that we are going to check the mixed ones, and I actually want to play the distorted ones over the mixed ones because probably they actually tested this on a high gain setting as well, and it is kind of important for me that they did some EQ and pass and filtering out certain frequencies in a higher, not higher gain, in a high gain setting. It would be a little bit harsh. So that's our plan, and let's hear again the original with 57 clean tone from Noli and a Noli X. So it's gonna kind of refresh our minds, and after that we will continue with the primary caps. So let's see. Here, whatever you call. And let's continue by loading the preset from going back to our primary caps, and from here we will click row. Yep, row. And after that, let's check our row 6 caps. So we have, I think this one works with 2x12s. It has Alkino S. Alnico S. I always call Alkino. This is completely a stupid thing. English is my second language and I make mistakes. Sorry for that. This is Vox 2x12 Alnico S. We will start with that and we will continue with the other ones. We have a lot of 4x12s and one 4x10, and these are the speaker names, I think and I believe. And I can maybe give you a couple combo stuff as well, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe we can hear all of them together, and after that we can continue with premix. So let's start with this one, Alnico S 2x12 VX, like the box. That's very nice. We will continue with V30. That order is completely different, so let's start with bottom to up to have the order, because we start with this one. This one is ORN. I actually don't know the names, and probably with just a very small amount of Googling we could find it. I'm just not familiar with the whole concept of how to create abbreviations of companies that we are using, so don't get sued by them. So sorry for that. This is ORN 4x12. It has V16B. So I will mute myself again and we will hear the tone. One second, please. That's kind of important. I am sorry for this. It was an important call, of course, and I had to take it. So we played with the 4x12 V16B. I actually really like it. Let's play it again just to give it its right. Sounds great. And probably it's a cap type that I would definitely load in a clean setting, but people check with the premixed one and a high gain. This one is V30. We are all familiar. I basically hope. And I think this is Mesa one, so let's try it. I like V30 a lot. This is the one I would definitely load every single time. Every single time. Let's continue with this MAR 4x12 V16B. We are still in a clean setting, and let's try it out. I have a very bad news to you. Of course, I think it's a good thing to have these a couple playthroughs, but I want to start again because I realized a very important dire information. Our condenser microphone is on, and I'm sorry for that, but I think I have to play it again because I'm not giving the whole clean tone to you. Condenser, I'm sure, helps a lot, especially considering mic level is quite high. And let's play it again. We will start with Alnico 2x12, and we're going to play this clean setting once again. We are only 3 cabs behind right now, so I hope you forgive me. Sounds good so far, but I think the 4x12s will be a little bit fuller than this one. Let's try it together. The next one is again ORN 4x12 V16B. So let's try it. This one is row. All you're hearing is the row ones so far. And after that, we are going to check the mixed one and use some high gain tones on these premixed caps, mostly combos. Let's hear this one, ORN 4x12 V16B. I really like that, but actually maybe with a very low amount of with a very low amount of leveling, that condenser could help to make this sound a little bit fuller, like that I would use. But that's why we have those combo tones, and I'm not loading them yet because I want to hear you everything. And probably with this 4x12 Mesa V30 we could add this Vox, or maybe this one probably Fender, and we could get a little bit fuller tone. But yeah, let's try it. This one is Mass 4x12 V30 in a row, and on a clean setting. That is nice. Probably in a combo it'll be much better. This one is MAR, sorry, 4x12 V16B. Let's hear it. I like this one much better than the other ones, to be honest. And I think with this one, I mean, combo of this and this Mesa would be Very interesting. Let's hear the other ones, and after that we can have a better judgment on which combo would be much better. We have one comment from Ethan Hora. Welcome to the stream. And the question is that a Kiesel guitar? It's not. Let me make this cam a little bit bigger to show the guitar to you. Is a Strandberg Bowden Pliny edition, actually Bowden NX. They are NX now since 2 years, and it's Bowden NX Pliny edition, and it's the neck through version of it. So there's also a bolt-on version, that's the standard one, and this one is the neck through. I actually have a review if you want to check that out. It's also in the channel. Don't go now. Let's continue with this wonderful IR pack demo, and after that you can also check that out. I have a full tone demo, and I'm also explaining every single thing in there in this. And if you know those Strandberg guitars, it also has this very unique ender neck, and to me it's actually great, and it's very comfortable. There's no sound. So we'll continue. Again, welcome to the stream, and if you have any questions you can also ask those as well. I will do my best to explain. I will move myself to this side a little bit more because I'm playing very simple stuff. All we need is to understand this tones as best. And the next tone is I think I didn't play this. I really have to need I really need something like a check mark. Anyway, let's play it again if we didn't, because it's kind of important. Maybe I can also make a very long video having these tones without me talking. That wouldn't have too much value. It's gonna be maybe same as the stream, but anyways. This one is Fen, probably for Fender, 4x10 P10R speakers on it. And again, since this is the primary cabs, all of these tones are captured with 57. So I'm muting myself again, and let's hear this. It was a little bit thin, like a lo-fi cap, but I'm sure it would be much better in a combo. But we're gonna test that out in a couple of minutes. Let's continue with the last one. This is EDH. I don't know what is the long version of this. Maybe I cannot even think about it. Maybe Eddie Van Allen kind of stuff, caps. I'm not quite sure what this EDH means. We can definitely check that out in the later section, maybe after the stream, and I can put that in a comment section. This is 4x12, and it also has V30, so probably it's gonna sound very similar to me, at least. So let's hear it. Again, In my opinion, it was kind of closer to the Mesa one. And I think it's because of the speaker, but this is a similarity. It doesn't mean that they're exactly the same. And we can just try it. Yep. Mesa is a little bit less brighter compared to the EDH one. We have one comment from Ethan. I'll sub to you and check out your other vids later. Best of luck to you, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for visiting the live stream, and thank you so much for subscribing. I hope my videos, my music, and my covers will serve you well. Thank you. We are going to continue to check our clean tones and IR pack primer caps with mixed tones. So what I want to do is check my tuning and I'm going to use, okay, let's load a combo. We are still in the raw section, by the way. These are not pre-mixed caps. We are just getting the capture right away with all the details, so that's kind of important. And let's actually try the all caps together. It's kind of interesting because 6 caps together, it's not something that I would definitely use. I'm very sorry. Just a second, I have to mute myself. Sorry everyone, it's just a surprise cough. Sorry. So yeah, I've never imagined using 6 caps together. And if you're using Cabinetron, I think you can combine 6 or even 10 caps together. With STL Libra, it has to be something like 6 or 8 caps. That's what I remember, and you can just combine them in a really nice way, and you can filter a couple of them. So again, probably they did it that way because what I have is only Neural as the IR loader. I actually have Cabinetron, but I am not planning to use it because it's on free trial, and I will probably test that in a different live stream. I didn't start my activation, my trial yet, so it's gonna be a little bit of interesting in that regard. And they already actually managed to merge or fuse, so to say, all those 6 caps, so we'll get that as an information. Wow, that's a very different lock on. Wow. Okay, maybe I have to reload the lock on. Let's say no plugin and reload it. Because of these issues that I have with the streaming and stuff, sometimes yep. Okay, sometimes with the Floyd Rose or two-way bridge system, so to say, guitars, sometimes you need to use the whammy a little bit and at the same time play with bends and such in order to fit the string in a position where it's not going to lose the tuning very fast. Because if you bend too much, sometimes it goes very sharp in normal notes, regular notes where you just play, and it goes a little bit lower when you're using the whammy. It's happening with all the guitars. If you have Ibanez or Strandberg or PRS that I have, or Music Man, it's kind of a common issue because it's not Evertune based system, right? So it's not easy to have these things and apply them in a well setting. It's physics basically, and physics is sometimes actually it's always helping you, but anyway. So I couldn't find the right word to talk about it. I'm going to play a clean tone with all 6 caps together, we are using row setting. Sorry, row caps in clean setting. So all caps together. Let's play it. I was thinking of a lot of mids, but this is actually a really nice tone. I don't know why I thought of that, but anyways, I'm gonna pick a couple random settings here. Sorry, mixed combos here, row combos here. Sorry, because we didn't check the mixed tones yet. And these will be a small set of examples of these primary caps from Parallel Lives. And again, I want to mention in the description I have their shopping link, and you can use that link to try these and play with these. To my understanding, the lo-fi cap spec is really good for the clean tones, and maybe you can also use that in a high gain setting for transition and bridges. It's not clear to me yet, because in the production many different players are using the exact same amps, plugins, cabs or whatever in a different ways, and it's kind of interesting to see all the use cases. In my case, I would definitely use that in a really nice clean tone for my lo-fi. Probably if I make another single of my lo-fi album. Actually, you cannot make single of an album. That was a really stupid thing to say. If I make another lo-fi song, I can use that pack and make a nice demo. And at the same time, with primary ones, I think it definitely fits to Noli. We're gonna hear it in a high gain setting in a bit, like 10 to 15 minutes after we check these ones. And I'm planning to play them a little bit more, because I think primary caps are really good for distortion, and we're gonna check that together. Now I will shut up and play you. Let's check randomly. I was talking about this EDH and MES. They both have V30s, and I'm kind of interested to see that, hear that together. And after that, I also want to do it with VX, MES and VX. Let's try those, because these are both 4x12 IRs combined, and they both have V30, so I'm kind of expected to see a bit of bump in a low mid area, unless it's treated, but this is raw, so I don't think it's premixed at all. So it's gonna be interesting to hear it. So let's try with that. I swear I would definitely use that. Just, in a one song I could just load this right away. Probably premixed would be much better in a full project tone. Just an idea. But it's not as full as I thought. I thought I would hear a couple of bumps and peaks here and there, but I did not, and it actually was nice. So an educated guess that this tone will be a little bit thinner and brighter, but let's see it together. I like the other one better, but this one is kind of interesting. Just a little bit brighter. It's not so much. And let's choose our next victim, which will be Fen plus ORN. I think they also have the exact same cap type. I'm not fully sure. I may be lying, but just a second. Fen has P10R and ORN has V16B. Different speakers. Also sizes are different. So that's kind of my bad. We are going to test this as well, and we will play 1 or 2 clean. We're gonna play clean in mixed IRs, and after that we are gonna change for a high gain setting. This one was also very interesting and nice. Not sure if it's clean material for me. I think all 6 gaps was a little bit more present than this one, so but still this is very nice. What I want to do now is to go for, actually sorry, my bad, we are going to change to the exact combo so Fen plus ORN. That's our sound, sorry. And we are going to load, going 1 step back and 1 step to mixed. And I'm gonna open the caps. We can still hear it, right? Yep. I'm gonna struck a chord, and I will struck the same exact chord, hopefully with the exact same dynamics. And we are going to load Fen plus ORN. This time it's mixed, and I'm hoping that there will be a couple of small nuances and changes, and it's gonna be with less air and maybe less bright. They actually boost it. Or I think in overall it's more full. And this is definitely a sound that you would use in a project right away. By the way, sorry for that. Didn't mute myself. Let's play a couple more chords just to give you the whole sound. I also added acoustics a little bit, sorry for that. That was very nice. As the last one from the clean tone, I will play all 6 together in a pre-mixed version, and after that we're gonna play a couple more with high gain settings on the mixed one, because I think it would be a little bit harsh on the raw IRs if we use that on a high gain amp and high gain setting with a lot of gain. So I don't want that, so we will play all 6 amps on a clean setting with premix coming from Parallel Lives. I also want to give the names sorry, probably I couldn't explain that well, just a couple of seconds. So yeah, for the last time before going to the high gain tones, this is Parallel Lives from Tristan Hall and Troy Clements, and they have one Tonex profile, which I actually never tried it. I also don't have Tonex. If you have it, you can also check their amps, and I will also show you the website. It's in the description if you want to check those. We have lo-fi IR caps here, lo-fi caps here, and we also have primary caps here. Please check them out. You now know the sound thanks to the live stream, and you can try them out by yourself. I think it will be a very nice addition to your sound, and you would definitely get benefit from it, because again, if an IR captured very well with all the details, and when combining those IRs, making those combos and doing some pre-mixing, if people know how to treat it, and they definitely know it, in my opinion, you will get an extra range to your tonal palette, and you will have different colors and characters thanks to these IR packs. And I think Noli was talking about it like a couple of days ago. People now are a little bit more informed, knowledge about how cabs change their sound. I think it also kind of thanks to Noli, because he did a lot of stuff for it with these GGD cabs as well. And he was mentioning that and I think you also know it, that cabs are one of the most fundamental things in a sound, and they are mostly affecting much more than even the guitar itself. If you know how to play, if you have a very nice guitar and a second very nice guitar, and basically you're switching them, it's probably a little bit less present in the sound comparing changing the IRs or cabs in an analog setting, because amp has a character. The tone goes to the amp, and after that we have a final EQ, which is the cab, and it has a very different character, meaning when you change the cab you will get a very different sound. When you change the miking, the distance, the location to the speaker, you will get a very different result. And you didn't change anything. You didn't even change your playing. You recorded something and you basically fed it to IR, and you're changing parameters, and you get a very different sound. Some of them is muddy in the mix, some of them cuts the mix, and it's really important to have this kind of extra range in your palette, because you like your guitar, you play it, maybe you have only one, you have this amp plugin that has a certain character, and you need to have some extra range, and this is the best investment with actually lowest cost that you can have, and you can increase your tonal range right away. This is my opinion, and this is kind of a personal note from me. And that being said, I would like to play this all 6 caps in a mixed setting with a clean tone. Of course, I forgot to unmute myself. We are going to load the exact same plugin if you remember, preset if you remember. This one doesn't have the condenser, so I'm not gonna make the same mistake. Let's hear the original tone that Noli made for us. This one has a 57 on the 3rd cap, and now we are going to change it to primary caps, and I'm gonna give you a couple of examples. It's gonna be again all 6 single caps and 1 or 2 combos, and definitely the everything together, all 6 IRs. Sorry, let me start again. All 6 caps together in 1 IR premixed. I'm only doing premix for the distorted tone because I think it's definitely requires a little bit of attention. Otherwise, it'll be very harsh and aggressive. And using the combos here or single premixed caps, it'll be much better for us and definitely for our ears. Otherwise, I need to put a couple of EQ moves. So yeah, let's hear the original tone, and after that we will change it. Again, to my taste, it's a little bit aggressive, and I would definitely do something else. I use something else. But yeah, let's start with MAR mixed, and let me mute myself. There is one detail that I just caught, is that our capture is kind of clipping. Let me check that in the stream because I'm kind of not sure. Okay, I'm going to decrease the volume a little bit. Sorry for that, I actually didn't realize that we are kind of clipping here. Even 2 dBs probably will be enough. And I mean, hopefully this is not changing the character anyway. Let me play it for the first time, sorry, for the last time, and see it for ourselves. Okay, Now we get the character, and I think I will like the other ones just a little bit more, but we're gonna check that out. Let's continue with EDH. This one is loaded with V30s. This is definitely my type of tone, and you can definitely hear the V30. Let's continue with Fen, probably for Fender, but I'm not sure, but let's see. This also sounds great, and I'm thinking of this one. This Mesa will be very, very present to my ears, and maybe my favorite. Of course, it's my favorite. Of course, it's my favorite. Let's see ORN. This one, if I remember correctly, has 16B. Let's try it out. Let's continue by loading the last one, which is Vox 2x12. I mean that's my guess. It's Vox. It's 2x12, and if I remember correctly, it was loaded with. Let's check it out. It has to be written somewhere. This one, yes. Vox has Alnico S. Okay, I didn't load it. This is the mixed one. Mixed Vox in a high gain setting. It has a bite and aggressiveness that I really like, to be honest. I didn't expect that, but I liked Vox the best. Interesting. So let's go back to the mixed settings. We will check the combos, and we will start with all primary caps, meaning 6 caps as a combo, and they're premixed, and we're gonna hear it soon. We are in a high gain tone again, to remind you, and I'm thinking it's gonna be a little bit louder than the other ones, because when we check the clean one in a clean setting, it was a little bit louder and there was a little bit more low end. Let's check it out. You know what I mean? Sorry, you know what I think? You know what I think? I think it was sick, and it's definitely the demo material that I needed. I think if I can plan a primary cap special demo, that will be in it, or it's just gonna be in a demo, so I don't have to make those promises, isn't it? It's just gonna be something that I will kind of focus on because I really like the tone. It has the bite I needed. It's full, and I don't actually like certain type of tones. It's kind of hard to explain. It's not tied to a character coming from an amp or cab, but when something has too much mid or very less mid, or if it's extremely bright, or the low mids are very low, or it has peaks, I don't like it. So it has to be kind of a balanced thing, just given the character. Like everything is at the noon, and I will go from that. Kind of a weird thing to explain because, of course, there are certain terms to explain that. I'm not aware of them. You know, there are even charts for talking about certain frequency bands. That's not something I work with. Normally in a project, if I'm going to choose an IR, I will go through them, and after finding the best tone, the best mix, whatever you call, I just say, yeah, okay, I'm going to use it because it sounds the best. So it's something that I have, but it's something I cannot name it. Hopefully after this demo, I'm expecting your comment on why I like this. That would be kind of interesting. We have a really nice comment from V. Hello, just dropping by to leave a like. Welcome. And yep, thank you so much for the like. It definitely helps to, to be seen in the browse area. So thank you so much. After saying hi to Fee, we will continue with choosing 3 or 4 more caps. We're gonna play them and come to a conclusion basically. I'm kind of again interested in EDH and Mesa because they are both loaded with V30s and I like V30s, so why not? Let's continue. This is even better than all caps together. I think it's because of my bias and I really like V30s. But I think I would be very interested to try Mesa with Vox together because if you remember, on a mixed setting, on a mixed IR pack or mixed IR section of the pack, I really like Vox tone by itself. And generally I like the V30 Mesa, and probably it'll sound either good together or it'll be really bad. I'm not quite sure. You know, when you have two really nice and close friends and they don't get along and you're kind of sad, it's gonna be probably that. But I'm not quite sure. Okay, V has a comment. I would like to hang, but I'm at work. Totally understandable and reasonable, or maybe not because it's Saturday. But it's totally up to the country. So we'll check out the video after. Thank you so much. It always means a lot coming from you, because I think we are social media friends for a long time, and we also met in Munich. So you're one of two, to be honest. With Evan, you guys are kind of special to me. Yeah, we will continue after this very emotional moment. We will continue with Vox and Mesa together. One has V30, one has Nico S, and let's check it out and see for ourselves. I'm not quite sure if I like it better. Probably not. I mean, comparing, of course, with 3V30s. But it was actually interesting. I could use it. Probably it would be really nice to have it in a transition in a transition area with filtered out light lo-fi cap. I'm not quite sure. That would be interesting to try it out, actually. For the last one, I want to load one more. Again, we tried Fender and ORN on a previous test, so I want to do the exact same thing. This will be our last cap check, or last IR check for high gain, and actually even with primary cap spec. We checked a lot of tones and stuff. We load a lot of IRs, both combination and singles, to give you all the details that you would need if you decide to check this IR packs. This is coming from Parallel Lives, and thanks to them for this opportunity, so I could try all these tones and also use them in my own projects. So yeah, this will be the last one, and after that maybe I can just noodle around with a lead tone, and if there's any question I can not stop, I'll play something, but I'll wait a couple more minutes. So yeah, let's try that. I interestingly switched to the middle pickup, which has this one and this one together. It sounds so great. It's like a 6-string Tesseract stuff. Interesting. So yeah, and I accidentally played a couple of lead notes, and it's gonna be interesting to try now with a couple more stuff just for the leads. I'm gonna pick a lead against, I'm gonna steal from Nolly because he knows this plugin the best. And after that, I will play it for a couple more minutes. And I'm gonna expect questions. I'm not even sure actually how many people are watching. Maybe no one. That could be possible. It says 2, so these 2 people. If you have any questions, please ask them. And of course, other people that are in the live stream or check the live stream, or they will check after this live stream finished, please add your questions in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer. And if there's any material, any question that will be a video material, of course I will cover that as well. I will do my best to give some insight about what a guitarist needs, basically. So let's hear this tone. I'm muting myself. Please send a couple of questions to my way, and if not, we're gonna close the stream in a couple of minutes. I'm going to randomly test out a couple of IRs here. Let's try. I'm not even looking. I chose Mesa and ORN. I can just, change the caps from here. It's quite easy. So yeah, a couple minutes of notes. So I think we can call it. I did not receive any questions, but I can definitely will, thanks to the after live stream section. If you have any questions, stream will end in a couple of seconds, so please put them in the comment section so I can do my best to answer them. Today we checked, let me show it. Today we have checked two stuff. One is lo-fi caps, the other one is primary caps, and hopefully these tone demos will be interesting for you and you will make more educated decisions. So thank you so much for checking the stream, and see you on